What's up, guys? David Land here. Welcome to the now traditional Pocono vlog. Check out my hat. I've got the Kmart IndyCar Radio Network hat. This is like, it's probably the only hat like this in existence, and certainly the only one being worn today. So, like I said, this is the traditional Pocono vlog. I just realized the radio is going to be up, so that's going to be really loud. Gone to this race the last 3 years. Counting this one, of course. And now there's just a guy stopped behind me. Guess he's getting dropped off for work. Well, I guess we'll just sit here and wait for a little while. I'm at a Burger King here in Allentown, Pennsylvania. We're close to Nazareth right now. I got up at stupid o'clock in the morning to do this race. Of course, I'm going for 2 days. Going to Saturday and the Sunday of the Pocono 500. Oh, and there's a lady that was behind me, and I damn near ran her over. Good for her. So without doing too much more babbling on, let's talk about the race. The Pocono 500, aka the ABC Supply 500. This is usually a very exciting race. There's usually some spectacular crashes, so I'm kind of crossing my fingers that there aren't too many of those today or this weekend. For this vlog, we're going both days. We're going to the qualifying day right now. I'm going to stay at a hotel somewhere on Interstate 80, and then we are going to go to the ABC Supply 500. Now, I love this race. The first year, obviously, I went was a bit tragic for obvious reasons, losing Justin Wilson. But the second year, well, then again, we had another tragedy. It was just a personal tragedy with my truck breaking down. So this year, hopefully, everything's going to be a little bit better. I have a new car, as you may be able to tell that I'm not driving a truck anymore. So at the moment, I'm knock on wood, I'll be able to make it to the track on time. And I've got my Burger King breakfast that's very, very healthy. I hope they put some Smithfield bacon on that loaded quesarito or whatever the heck I got as the camera tries to fall over. That's really good. So I'm going to take a swig of Dr. Pepper. Oh yeah, that's way better than coffee. Also, I got no egg on the sandwich because screw eggs. Gross. Anyway, so the next time I'll check in is at the Pocono Raceway, and we will be meeting up with some friends, some YouTubers, and maybe some drivers, and we'll see ya in the Pocono vlog. So, good morning. We're parked up here at Pocono Raceway. There's the track in the background. You may have noticed that I ditched my Kmart hat. Not because I'm embarrassed to be wearing a Kmart hat, or that it's a bad omen or something. Rather, it's a white hat, and I'd rather not get David grease all over it and all that nonsense. So, we're walking to the track now. I'm gonna buy my tickets and get up in the stands for the first practice session. Then we'll head over into the paddock and meet a few cool people. But first, I think I'm gonna do some shopping. So I bought a Firestone hat. Pretty cool, to be honest, because it has the full podium kind of styling that you can have Firestone even if you're going ah. So that's pretty cool. So we're about a few minutes away from getting practice underway here. Somebody's getting arrested in the parking lot. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, we are moments away. The Modular Safety Crew is going through turn 3. I'm going to go all the way down here into turn 3 for practice, and I think that's going to be the action point on the track. I mean, usually the action point's turn 1, but I don't know. I have a feeling about turn 3, so we're going to be in turn 3 for the start, and then we're going to head down to the paddock area. So here is some footage from practice 1 at Pocono. We're in the pit lane right before the qualifying. Got a couple famous people. Would you describe? You guys describe
Race Day 2011.
Race Day 2011. Follow him on YouTube. He's got great NASCAR diecast videos.
We got so much more coming up this week.
And so much more coming this week. Stay tuned. Also behind me on my other shoulder is Cale Putnam on Twitter. And if you don't know who he is, he's the guy who got super famous from painting a bunch of 2018 IndyCars and having all the IndyCar drivers go. That's pretty cool. Right, Cale?
Yep.
Anything else you do that's very exciting to the people at home?
If you've ordered any shirts on Blip Shift, you might see my stuff on there occasionally.
Oh, okay, Blip Shift, a plug. So, folks, let's go to Cale first. What do you think is going to happen today and then tomorrow?
I think the Hondas are going to dominate qualifying. The Penske's were fast, but they were fast kind of in a tow, and it wasn't a whole lot of single runs out there. So who knows? I mean, last year Alotion was a bit of a surprise. So I just think it's going to be a Honda of some sort. Tomorrow, the gut feeling is, because I go to races every couple of years that Ryan Hunter-Reay wins. And it's been a couple of years since I've been to a race that Ryan Hunter-Reay has run. So I feel like Ryan Hunter-Reay is going to win because he's kind of due for one. He's good at this track. The Hondas are going to be good. And it's just, he's due for something at this point.
That is some fantastic analysis. And yes, I agree that Ryan Hunter-Reay is going to be very strong. And I don't want to say the name. I'm just going to say his last name starts with an A. His first name starts with an M. I've got a good feeling, but I'm not going to say the name because I feel like I'm going to jinx him.
Listen, I hold no expectation. I hate to be that guy, but I don't hold a lot of expectations for Marco anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know why Graham Rahal was able to put everything back together again and is now one of the top guys in the series. I don't know why Marco, if he's just disconnected or whatnot, he's probably due for a good finish at least. So if he can hold it together and just make it to the end, he's going to be up at the front. It's a big track. That's what he's best at. So.
All right, so let's go to Mr. Noonan. And Robby, what are we thinking for this weekend?
The Hondas are going to be dominant qualifying, but the question is, and the $64,000 question is going to be, will they last during the 500 miles? Keep in mind how many Hondas have pulled up during the Indianapolis 500. All of them. They so-called fixed the problem, but I don't think the problem valve's 100% fixed. There's going to be some blowing up. I think Hunter Racing got the ball for the swing today, but I think for the race, I wouldn't be surprised if a Penske car wins.
Okay, so Robby, you're probably the best to talk about this fan experience at Pocono Raceway.
Unbelievable. You know, when I first walked in, I saw Ryan Hunter-Ray on his scooter. Within 5 minutes, I was able to get like 3 or 4 drivers, and just I can't describe it really as possible. You can just picture we're in the pit right now. We're in the circle,
Which is pretty cool, by the way.
pits right now, and I can just walk up to people without any media people surrounding me or any security guards pushing me out of the way. I think the fans' accessibility in IndyCar is something that we need to stress more about, because you get more bang for your buck. And $25 tickets got me into this paddock area, and it was an unbelievable experience. I met all but 3 drivers already.
And you can't say anything better than that, Robby. Great job. And so we're standing here in turn 3. What, turn 4? And we are about to get ready for qualifying. So there's Robby and there's Cale, and we're gonna get into some qualifying and see what happens. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the hotel room after the first day at Pocono. Pretty eventful day. Lots and lots and lots of crashes. 4 crashes in total. We had Ed Jones, Ed Carpenter, then Elio Castroneves and Ryan Hunter-Reay, obviously the biggest crash. You saw that earlier in the video. There's me in the background, which is kind of funny to see. I'm wearing a shirt about 3 or 4 sizes too big for me because I'm about to go to bed. I'm actually uploading the video of the Ryan Hunter-Reay crash to YouTube right now. In fact, I'm going to take off my glasses because there's some serious glare in them, and that is not good for video making. Also, I forgot a comb. So I took a shower, and this is going to be a mess in the morning. Thankfully, I bought some stuff at the track. Also, Kevin Harvick just wrecked Chase Elliott. So this is what I bought at the track. Let me just flip the viewfinder around so that we can take a look at it. So you guys saw this already. You guys have seen this a few times because I wore it all day. The Firestone hat with the Firestone logo underneath. I think this is really cool because, of course, it's like the podium caps that they wear. Okay, so I went to Gutswear, the merchandise trailer at the track. Great people. Buy from them. I bought 2 2015 Scott Dixon Championship 164s, one to keep in the box and one to take out, because I really like the Target livery from 2015, not as much as the 2016 one, but I liked it so much, and since you can't beat that price, and I figure this is pretty much an Indy 500 pole car, in addition to a championship car, I decided I'll buy 2 of them so that I can keep one pristine and have one out in the collection. So you guys may have seen the first IndyCar review just a few weeks ago, and we're going to keep it up by doing kind of the second wave of cars that I just was not able to get at Indianapolis. Of course, Ryan Hunter-Reay, which I just read on Twitter, he's going to be back in the car after a little bit of a hip injury during that spectacular crash earlier in the day, but he's going to race, so fingers crossed on that one. Alexander Rossi, this one I was really excited about, but you can see on the side pod it's a little bit wonky. When we get to the review, I'll discuss it in more detail. And then this one, Charlie Kimball's Tracibia car. You may notice that the card has kind of moved away. I don't know what's going on there, but since I'm going to open it up for a review anyway, I decided I'd take that one off their hands so that they don't have it anymore. I also bought a program. Now, why would I buy a program? Generally, I don't buy programs at races. I only buy them at races that are like the Indy 500, where the program's like a real collector's item. But I decided to buy this one for a very specific reason. Because when you open up the old program here, and you flip around a little bit, because I did not plan this out, you see a very familiar face. That's me from the 2016 Pocono race, repping Justin Wilson socks and a Buddy Lazier shirt. Now these fine folks here, this is, you obviously recognize him, that's Cale from earlier in the video. That's his wife, that's Cale's wife. This is Elizabeth, and that is Sarah. You may know them from Twitter if you follow Cook Productions. I think he retweets them a lot of the time. Very nice people, all of these people. And so we were hanging out in 2016, and there we go. We made the yearbook, I guess, the program, because we were in the gift shop for some reason. We'd gone out there for some reason, walked out, and there was some photographer chick, and she was like, "Hey, let's take your picture for the website." And then the photo never ended up in the website, and now we know why. By the way, if you have one of these and you see me at the racetrack, I will absolutely sign this for you. just an FYI. And I'm actually going to be a total narcissist and go on Twitter right now and tweet out that this is that I'm in the program, and I will absolutely sign for anybody who wants me to sign for them tomorrow. So pick up your 2017 Pocono program featuring David Land. And I'm going to go to bed now, and we are going to get an early start tomorrow morning. We're meeting Robby and Mr. Joe Donohue's father, Dave, for breakfast. So, time lapse.
Good morning. Welcome to the morning of the ABC Supply 500 at Pocono Raceway. We are almost to the track. I've just left breakfast with Dave, aka Dave Donohue, who is, of course, Joe Donohue's dad, and also race day 2011, Robby Noonan. I had a chocolate chip pancake like a reasonable, responsible adult, and we are ready to go here for 500 miles of action at the Tricky Triangle. Now, there's some talk about whether or not Ryan Hunter-Reay is going to run the race today. We don't know yet. There's just a lot of excitement. 500 miles of IndyCar racing is always very exciting, and especially at the Pocono Raceway, as I have to move the camera because I've done this take like 15 times, and I'm sick of having the camera falling over when I'm driving. So we're almost to the track. I'm seeing all of these cones and whatnot, meaning we are very, very close. So let's get in the track, start vlogging, and look at some vintage cars, some autograph sessions, all sorts of fun stuff about to happen. So I'm here with Dave.
Hello.
Resident race car expert, kind of. We try to be. We pretend to be race car
yes,
drivers.
we pretend a
race,
lot.
race car drivers, race car experts.
Yes, sir.
We're going to go through the vintage cars here.
Yes.
At the morning of Pocono.
At Pocono, IndyCar.
And we are going to talk about each car and hope to kind of give some sort of perspective on them.
2017, by the way. 2017.
2017.
Edition.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
we're in the. This is like the middle of the vlog, Dave. So they already know
hell.
what they're
Okay.
watching.
Sorry.
But all right, let's.
I'm old. I'm a little old. Okay,
All right, so let's do it. So
yes, sir.
what we're looking at here, Dave, is a replica of Parnelli's
Old Calhoun.
Old Calhoun.
The old Calhoun, number 98, 63 winner. This would also have been, no, actually not, right? The year he made the 150 pole,
That was 61.
61, so that
61.
wasn't this car. Okay.
Yes.
One, there we go.
This is Cale Yarborough's 1971 USAC IndyCar. Now this one raced at Indianapolis and the Pocono 500 and Trenton, in fact the entire season. The owner of the car talked to us about this, and he had mentioned that it had run the full entire season. It was the one year that Yarborough ran the entire season. Of course, back in the day, Dave, you had guys like the Allison brothers,
Right.
and more NASCAR stars running Indy cars.
Oh, yeah,
back
the
in
Wood
those days.
brothers involved in Indy racing with like
Yes, with
Jim,
the Lotus
Jim
team.
Clark, yeah, back in the old days. There was a lot of, well, there weren't as many races, and there was a lot of crossover. I mean, both Mario Andretti and AJ Foyt won the Daytona 500.
You got it. And now you obviously were very excited to see a 73 Eagle.
Yeah, 73 Eagle. Very close to, this is, you know, like the infamous 73 year Salt Walther accident at the beginning of the race. Gordon Johncock winning the rain-shortened 73 race with the STP car. Can't remember if it was number 20 or number 40.
Savage was 40 and Johncock was 20.
Johncock was
and
20.
then the 60 car was Dallenbach.
Was that a Pat Patrick team?
Yes.
That was a Pat Patrick team.
Pat Patrick and Andy Granatelli
Together. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cats and dogs.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's a clash of egos. Now this is one Dave, this is one coming up here. The 86 Lola. This has history at this track, Dave. How would you tell us about this one?
Yeah, this was the year that Mario Andretti won by, I believe, a lap or two in the race. I know that they had just come out with, which this doesn't have, radial tires. It was sort of in the teething infancy period for the radial tire technology. And this was the day that Mario Andretti won the race in '86 with this car. He and Michael were being picked up at their home via helicopter to be flown to the track. As the helicopter went off the ground, its rear rotor got tangled up in either some power lines or some kind of abutment or whatever at their home. It made an emergency landing, and then Mario Andretti and Michael jumped in Mario's car and they drove to the track. They actually called ahead to the Pennsylvania State Police and said, we're going to be going fast. Let us go, you know. And they got up here probably faster than if they'd have taken the helicopter.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's just a beautiful car. If you look at the design, just especially 86 was kind of the first year where you started seeing the cars start to get really, really low. There's another car in here that we'll take a look at from 84, and it just looks very bulky.
The Hannah, you remember that?
Hannah car washes.
Hannah Car Washes, which was, I believe, was a franchise business with Mario.
Yes. That was back in the days when everybody laundered their money in car washes. I mean, invested their money in car washes. Okay, so Dave, now we get into my wheelhouse. What we've got here is a GT2 spec, Doran-built Ford GT. Now, modern sports car racing fans will recognize the Ford GT, obviously now from the 2016 GT. Obviously, huge diffuser on the end of this thing.
Not as big as the latest and greatest version of the
Well,
Ford GT,
of course, you have to consider that this car was designed and built in 2006. You've got 10 years of development between this GT and that GT. This car didn't actually race, this specific chassis, I should say, didn't actually race the GT2 series in the American Le Mans series or at Le Mans, but a version of this car took third, a podium, in the GTE amateur division with Robertson Racing. Also had a pole position at Petit Le Mans. Never took a win in the GT category, but considering that this was not a factory-funded Ford effort, this was built and commissioned by Doran Enterprises. You had teams like Black Swan with association with Falcon Tire, obviously the Robertson Racing team, and there was another team with Boris Said involved that ran this in period. And now, of course, you got drivers like Lynn St. James driving it in the vintage style racing. And this is Roberto Guerrero's 84 March. This is the car he won the Rookie of the Year for the Indianapolis 500 in. And the reason that I point this car out is because look how much taller and more bulky it is than the 86 March.
86 with
or the 86 Lola.
side pods. Yeah, the Mario car.
Now, the thing I always like to point out about these old Indy cars is the fact that if you take a look here at the steering wheel and you pay attention to, a general human being, a man, how long their legs are, their feet are down somewhere around here where the pedals are. And if you look at the crash structure, how much you actually have to give up there, that's not a lot of room. And look what's being uncovered just as we were about to wrap it up. Well, yes. Let's. You know what this is? I know what this is actually because it's a Lightning. I remember seeing a photo of this, and I think it's a Bettenhausen car. Yeah, Gary Bettenhausen.
Gary.
Now look at this rear wing design.
Gary was the older of the two Bettenhausen brothers.
I believe so. And it's a Lightning Cosworth. You can see right there. And just look at how the rear bodywork goes into that rear wing.
Yeah, that is.
Which actually looks fairly modern if you look at it.
Yeah,
think about this as a car from 1980, and yet that's a fairly modern looking design.
That is a good depiction of how big the turbo outlet is.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. And a softball shoved in.
Softball.
Yeah.
Now,
that is a flame-throwing monster, I would imagine. Right
now,
there.
I would just like to look at this, Dave, if we can see it. It's kind of hard to see, but look at the Venturi tunnels under
I was
here.
going to say, I bet it's a ground effects
Oh,
car.
it's absolutely a ground effects car because you can see the skirts right here. If we go over to the side of the car, just here's what I was looking at. This is the exit of the tunnel right here.
Oh yeah.
And look how.
Yeah, it's the whole side pod is in an inverted.
That was Dave. What'd you think of this?
It was an honor and a pleasure to be here with David Land, IndyCar expert par excellence.
Okay. Oh, you flatter me.
Thank you very much.
Flatter me.
It's an honor.
Right.
If I could make a shout out, I'd like to say hello to my son. I know he is starting his motorsports engineering career at IUPUI tomorrow. God bless you. We're going to be here someday involved in this. I know it's going to be a tough 4 years and demanding, but you're going to do it. You're going to persevere, and someday you're going to be here, and you're going to belong being here.
And
look forward to that.
And you know that he's watching this vlog for sure. I just want to get
I'm
one
going to be
more.
a doddering old fool by then because I'm going to be so old. But hey, he'll be able to, you know, have enough money to assign one of the pit crew to make sure I don't hurt myself somewhere.
I'm always zoomed in on your face. I did that last year. Promote your stuff
What's
for
up?
the vlog. Promote your channel for the vlog.
Yeah, do diecast reviews, unboxing videos, and subscribe.
And how are you? Now you're a NASCAR fan, hardcore,
Yes.
hardcore. So this is your first IndyCar race. And how are you feeling right now? What are you expecting going into this thing?
Well, to be honest with you, I really haven't caught up with the season, so
I make a bandwagoners guide, you know.
I am well aware. I watched it.
Okay, good.
Basically, just enjoying the day, and whoever wins, you know,
Got a choice? Got a pick?
Rossi.
Chase Elliott fan.
Of course.
You're a Chase Elliott fan. Well,
Well, it's a Jeff Gordon hat. But
Jeff
yeah.
Gordon hat, and then there's Robby.
We got a picture with Little Al. There's Little Al right there.
Yep, Little Al answer. This morning, because I wasn't in the night. Are we doing it?
Yeah. All right, now.
Joseph, dab! 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 Taco! Takuma! Woo! Yes, Otto! Nice. Quickly, we got Matt Faust, first time in the vlog. What is going to happen? Are we zooming in on your face? We're zooming in on your face. What is going to happen today? Who is going to win?
Well, it's going to be a really great race as usual. You know, I don't need to say that. But that guy, that number 88 Hardy racing car is going to win.
Gabby Chavez.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Gabby Chavez.
All right, so Gabby Chavez from Matt Faust. Mr. Matt Dierkel, you already gave us a prediction. Say it again.
Either Rossi or Will Power.
They said Buddy Lazier. What'd you say?
Either Rossi or Will Power.
Rossi or Will Power? Davey, who do you think's gonna win?
TK.
TK. Mike Faust.
Hunter Ray, baby, all the way.
Hunter Ray.
I got my man Elio.
Elio. And I'm gonna be boring and take Alexander Rossi. So here we go. No Troisy.
Driver, start your engine!
That's a proper command.
Yeah, you gotta do something fun. He wasn't yelling, he's Italian.
Oh my God! Here we go. Pace cars. I think so. I don't know. Definitely got the audio.
Joined by Simon Pageau on the front row. Kimball, Power, Rossi, Ray.
No, you're not. I would yell at you if you were. Here we go.
We have our eye on Paul Clevin in the flag stand, waiting for the okay to give the green flag. The field starts to climb. The green
They shut it off.
Followed by Simon Ashdown, last year's champion. Graham Rahal advancing through the field. He's an 8 spot car 15, Joseph. And Scott Dixon, now winner in the for service. And the car goes back to the Verizon IndyCar Series on that.
Low key, we moved our seats.
Let's go!